Alright, everyone from Necros to Flats, everyone and their mom has made a tier list for Marvel Rivals. But today I'm going to give you guys the low rank tier list, everything from Bronze 3 up to Gold. My experience is, as a Gold player, so I'm speaking as somebody that's in those ranks. I think these are the most effective characters. So you are going to see some characters that are stronger than what you might say someone like Flats or Necros would, put them as, because they're more effective at lower ranks. And then you might see characters that are weaker because the characters have execution problems that a lot of low ranked players can't really, get down. So I am going to start off with the Duelist because that is what most of you are going to be playing, and that is what most of the roster is. So starting off with Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is, I would say, somewhere in A tier. I think this character in general is not very good. In fact, maybe B tier, maybe the bottom of A tier. She's not very good, but at the same time, a lot of people have trouble like turning around or being aware of what's happening. They don't stop her from ulting. I've seen her crush a lot of like lobbies, including mine, where I've had them be on my team and, completely carry the game. So I'll put her in A. I think A is fair, especially because of what she does for like Magneto. Okay, so Black Panther. I've seen people put him in B for like top ranked players. I see people say, oh, this character is low-key S tier. I think for low ranks, this character is like B, maybe even C. Probably somewhere in B. The reason that he's in B is because this character is insanely hard. This might be the hardest duelist in the game, actually. This character requires a lot of execution, and I feel like if he doesn't have that, he's kind of useless. Like if you have a Black Panther in your team that is just kind of poking the enemy, bugging them a little bit, and either just dying or accomplishing nothing, it's really not effective at all. And that's going to be like most of the Black Panthers you have on your team. And I'm sorry, I know that if you're watching this, you might be like the one cracked one. Guess what? You're not going to stay in low ranks. You're going to crush all the way to the diamonds and platinum, diamond, maybe even master. But for people like us, bronze to gold, so on, this character is just not good. Hela, this character is S tier no matter what. This character is S tier if you're not that good. This character is S tier at the very highest levels. I watch a lot of top level players, and this character is insanely relevant. A hit scan that reaches across the entire screen. Her stun is insane. She actually destroys so many dive and flank characters just with that stun. In my opinion, this could be the best character in the game at low rankings, or at least maybe even in general. This character is just so good. All right, next, Iron Man. Everyone puts him at the very bottom, and that's still kind of true. I'll be honest with you. So the problem with Iron Man, he's very slow. Unless you're using your speed boost, this character is slow. I had a Hela game where I basically just farmed ult off of a single Iron Man because he was floating around too much, or he's trying to, shoot into the choke, but I was able to just poke and shoot him. And I'm not a very amazing player. I'm mostly a tank main, so of course I'm not that good at hit scan. This character is an insanely easy target because of how slow he is. And then, yeah, he can do a lot of damage, but it's actually insanely easy to stop it. You can stop his ult. The second you hear him say like plasma burst or whatever, you can shoot him. You have a long period of time to shoot him. So I still think he's one of the worst characters in the game, even at these ranks. Magik. This character is A rank, possibly S rank. I'll put her in A rank. I think the reason I'll put her in A rank, actually, this character doesn't really have any control. She's very good at avoiding damage. She does a lot of damage, and a lot of people don't know what to do about it. A lot of people just start throwing cooldowns, start shooting and missing because of the portals. The only problem is, without her team up, she's a lot weaker than she was in a beta. She doesn't do as much damage. Another problem that I see with her is she's not the easiest character. She's actually quite difficult. Most of these melee range flankers and divers are not the easiest characters to play. She's not super hard, so I'll still keep her in A rank, but I don't think she can make it at S rank. If she was brain dead easy, did all that damage, was hard to deal with, and yeah, I'd put her up here, but I'll put her in A tier. Alright, next, Namor. I've seen this character be very situational. Sometimes on payload maps where you're defending, he can be quite good. But I feel like it's very easy to kill him too. If you have dive characters like Iron Fist, He's one of the easiest characters to kill, especially if you get him to use his cocoon. Like, after that, he's toast. The octopuses don't seem to have enough health. I feel like they die in one hit. So I think I'm going to keep him in C tier as well. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this character could be low-key broken. This character is like secret sleeper pick. I don't see it, man. I think this character sucks. I don't think his primary fire does enough damage. The octopuses are good, but they die too easily. His ult's okay, but it's not that good either. Alright, next character, Punisher. This is an A rank character. I think at the highest levels they put him at the same like ranks. Very good character, has a lot of tools. He's strong, good flanker, well-rounded. He can do everything. This is a really good character to main, honestly, if you're going to play Duelist. The only reason I'm not putting him in S is because he doesn't really do anything like outrageous that's like impossible to deal with, or at least hard to avoid for a lot of lower ranked players. Like, he's pretty simple. He has turret for him. You shoot at the turret, you break the turret, or you kill him from behind. He ults, you stun him, or you kill him really fast, or you just hide behind a wall. He doesn't really he doesn't have enough bullshit. If I'm being honest, he does not have enough bullshit. So I'm going to put him in A rank. And at the end of this, I'll organize these more. Alright, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is an insanely hard character to play as well. I'm going to put him in B rank. Sometimes I have Spider-Mans that are really good, but most of the time they're not very good at all. They're not really accomplishing anything. They're flying around. They're going to the back. Maybe they're harassing people, but they're not like making people ult. They're not getting picks. The only thing I see them do really effectively is charge up their ult and use it, and that ult is so good. So automatically I'll put him above Black Panther. Alright, next we got Star-Lord. Star-Lord is I would say he's A rank. He's a good character, he has good utility, that ult's amazing. He just like Punisher, he's not like ridiculous with it, but the ult is really strong. And I don't think he's a very difficult character to play either. So I'll put him in A rank. Storm? Man. Okay, here's a problem with Storm. A lot of people will say Iron Man's a little bit better than Storm. I think Storm's better than Iron Man. The problem with Storm is the same as Iron Man, though. She's really slow in the air. She's susceptible. The only thing I'll give her, though, is she has pretty good utility. She has like the speed boost. And when you pair her up with Thor, it's actually really good. Actually, I'll move her up to B rank. I think she can be B rank. Like, the synergy is really good. Iron Man synergy, and it's okay. You get the Gamma if you have a Hulk, but I honestly think Storm's utility and her team up will put her right here. I think it's fair. Alright, next we got Bucky, or Winter Soldier. This is my favorite duelist right now. Very, very fun character. He has a pretty high skill ceiling, but I think his skill floor is actually not that high. The only problem is a lot of people try to treat him like a straight up hit scan, and his shots are kind of like projectiles. A lot of people pull in duelists, but I will say he's S tier. He does so much damage. That ult is asinine. I've seen team wipes lots of times with this ult at every single like low rank, bronze, silver, gold. I don't think he's so hard that people can't pick him up and play him, but I don't think people are optimizing him, obviously, but you don't have to. This character just does so much damage. And that pull, if you get the right person, you can just wipe an entire... Listen, a Winter Soldier can single-handedly carry an entire low-rank lobby just by landing the right hooks. This character is really good, especially at high level, but he's very good at low level too. Alright, next we got Moon Knight, automatic S tier. Automatic S tier. I know some people at the top level were debating this character as a S tier as well, but they say, you know, they have like, oh, people can deal with Ankh, people cannot group up. That does not happen at low level. I swear to God, people are allergic to shooting at the Ankh. They love it. They're like flies looking at a light, man. They love seeing the Ankh. They think it's part of their team. This character, I'm not even joking. I've built ult in 1 minute. Like, I use ult. 1 minute later, I have ult again. Maybe faster than that because people are always grouped up. People are not shooting the Ankh. This actually, you know what? He's probably better than Hela at low level. A lot of people don't deal with the Ankh at all. His ult is okay, but more importantly, this character is just doing so much damage. Dumping ults all the time. He doesn't control the map the way that she does with her ult, but the damage is insane. I can't deny it. Alright, next, Psylocke. Psylocke is probably, I'll say A rank. She's very good. just like Bucky. Very powerful character, very strong flanker, can get really good picks. That ult is absurd. But at the same time, this character is a little bit difficult to play sometimes. In fact, yeah, in general, she's just a hard character. She's not that easy. I feel like a lot of people are not going to optimize their damage, or they're going to go in there and die. They don't really know when to leave. They end up getting killed, or they blow their cooldowns, or they panic because they're losing a duel and blow their ult. So now we don't have that for team fights. So this character is not getting exactly everything you should be getting out of her from most players at this level, like myself included. So I'm going to have to put her in the A rank. All right, next we got Hawkeye. This character is also A rank. Like, it's an insanely powerful character. I'm not sure if at top level they put him in S rank, but definitely at the top of A rank at any level, in my opinion, minimum. The only problem is people don't really land headshots. They're not getting the most out of him. This character can actually one-tap people, but you have to land those headshots. I also feel like they don't really cycle their cooldowns really well. Like, for example, if I play Iron Fist and I dive on a Hawkeye, he might immediately use a knockback. He might not try to use his jump at all or try to land a headshot. Immediate knockback. I come back to him, misses 3 shots, tries to jump away, and by then it's too late. So they're not really good at cycling their cooldowns. They're not good at landing headshots. So kind of similar to Psylocke, not really meeting his full potential. So I'll keep him in the A ranks as well. All right, next, Wolverine. All right, this is a weird wild card character, okay? There's people in the know and there's people that are not. Let me explain that. Everyone says this character is trash, worst character in the game. And for the most part, that is absolutely true. This character, I feel like he's good at being in a fight and attacking someone, but he does not stay in the fight as long as he should for a quote-unquote sustained character. Sometimes it does seem like he's in there if he's getting heals, but at the same time, I feel like he doesn't get his target. Also, I'm not sure if you've played Wolverine. I feel like his dive, you have to be like basically inside them. Pause. You have to be really close to actually land it. But here is why I say there's people in the know. A lot of people are not running 2-2-2. A lot of people are running, 1-3-2, 1-2-3, whatever. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. And if they're running solo tank, this is actually a really good character. I've had games where I try to run solo tank and this guy tackles me into a room and just destroys me and leaves. And nobody helps me. People are not coordinated. I'm not getting heals. I'm not getting any DPS attacking him. He does it in seconds. He does it so fast. People don't react. So I'll put him in B tier because he could potentially be a very good counter pick if people are doing things like trying to run solo tank. In that case, Wolverine's very good. Otherwise, this character sucks. But I'll put him right here in the B rank. All right, Squirrel Girl. This character is mad annoying. If you're stuck in a choke, she's just kind of harassing you. But I think she's actually the most dangerous up close. When she runs up, lands a trap, you either get killed by her team or she does it herself. So this character has a lot of potential. She's hard to catch sometimes. Her ult's, it's okay. I feel like sometimes the squirrels don't hit anybody, but I'll put her in B rank. I've seen people put her really low, but I do think she can do a lot of damage. Her ult is it almost feels like RNG, but those traps, especially if you couple her with Spiderman, this character is actually really good. On top of that, she can kind of counter our next DPS or duelist, Iron Fist. Iron Fist, everyone's most hated character. Everyone hates Iron Fist. All of the top level players are realizing he's not that good, and I agree. He's my most played character right now. It's because I'm working on a video. And Iron Fist, here's the problem with Iron Fist. At the top level, okay? At the very top level where people are coordinated. A lot of the time, this character tries to go to the back, backline in a very roundabout way, either jumping off a wall running, going around, going through a room, whatever. And if you run into a coordinated team and they are running these two monsters, Mantis and Luna, they eat him alive. You will be stuck in a CC chain and just die. Like, they will kill you. If they're smart enough, they'll wait for you to deflect, sleep you. If you're not dead, you get frozen. That character's entire game plan falls apart. In Loki too. They don't have hard CC. Guess what? He just negates all the damage and you die. If the team turns around and sees you, you die or you have to run away. And then you wasted a bunch of time doing nothing while they're pressuring the front of your team. So that is why this character is not very good at high level. But at low level, This character, dude, he's so fun. A lot of people don't stop you. I've had stacks where they do something about it, but so, like, I would say 3 out of 5, they just let me play a single player game on them, and it's fun. This character is dumb fun. I know a lot of people say he's a high skill cap, but the skill floor is underground, man. This character is so easy to just pick up and start abusing people with. You just have to be smart enough to know, like, okay, I'm not going to win this. Let me just kick my way out, heal, come back, do it again. Like, guys, a lot of the times that you're not receiving healing is because this guy is assaulting your supports. Your strategists are getting beat up by this guy. They're focused on trying to get him off or kill him or not die. This character is absolutely S tier at the lowest ranks, I think. Maybe not at the top of S tier, probably at the bottom, maybe borderline like A+, but very good character. I know someone's going to say the same thing, the same argument that we make for like high level, but like, dude, people are not paying attention like that. They're not landing skill shots like that. They're not landing headshots. They're not doing anything to stop this guy. I get away with a lot when I play him. When I'm fighting him, people get away with a lot playing as him. It gets really ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. So I will put him in S tier. The next one, Black Widow. Damn, a lot of people thought this character was going to be broken. And a lot of top level players are saying this character is like the worst. Like actually like C tier, like really bad. I think she's decent, like somewhere up here in B rank. If you're landing headshots or you're doing pressure, like the symbiote map, she's very good. She can be good in Hydra. I think she's map dependent, but she can be very strong. But just like many of them said, she's not one tapping, so she's not really actually like that strong. And then at lower levels, they're just taking body shots, so it's even worse. They're not landing headshots at all. If they do, they don't die. You get lucky when they get like hit a little bit and then you headshot them. Then she can be good. And on top of that, you get attacked by an Iron Fist. It's over, man. I farm Black Widows with Iron Fist because they don't know what to do. They mailing me away. I just keep vacuuming myself back into them and they can't stop me. They want help from their supports. Their supports aren't paying attention. Their supports are attacking somebody, or they're healing themselves, or they're healing somebody else. They don't hear your cries for help. You just die. I'm sorry, Black Widow, but the character is just not as good as Hawkeye. Hawkeye is a better ult. There's so much more going for Hawkeye than there is for you, both at low level and high level. This character is just not that good. But she's not that bad. She can still do pretty good damage. Alright, I'm going to move on to the Vanguard, since there's not that many of them. Doctor Strange. This is an S rank character. He's incredibly easy. His shield is health based. There's not a cooldown. He can just use his shield, go around the corner, let it replenish, use it again. He can block a lot. His ult is insane. That ult is insane. It's like you can stun the entire enemy team. He has pretty good burst. Doesn't do like crazy damage, but the burst when you actually have your cloak like filled up is pretty high. I've caught a lot of other Vanguards and supports by surprise by popping that and killing them. So it is automatic S tier. Very good character. Next, Groot. Oh man, this is a very, very difficult character to rank. There's maps where I think he's like really, really good. Like, you know, Thor and Loki's map, I can't remember what it's called right now, but he's really good on some phases of that because his wall creates chokes. But at the same time, when you have like payload maps, I feel like the payload destroys his walls, or it's difficult to find a good place to put his walls down. And a lot of people have user error where they accidentally kill their teammates with walls or themselves. But on the flip side, sometimes it works out really well and this character walls enemy players off, or the enemy players are not aware where the walls are at and they back up into them. So I think he's at least A tier. I'm not going to say he's B tier. His ult's okay. He's not really good at anything except for changing the map. And when people are not that familiar with the maps anyways, especially at low level, it can be very effective. So I'll put him in A rank. Hulk. Dog, I'm sorry, this character sucks. I don't know what it's like at high level with this character. I feel like he depends on his team to be pushing forward while he goes in and dives. He doesn't do that much damage. I don't feel like super threatened when I'm getting attacked by a Hulk. I feel like here's this big guy that might stun me. He's gonna block a lot of hits. He's annoying. Or he's gonna ult in a panic when I get his health down. That's when he's actually like threatening. But other than that, this character, he's not very good by himself. He's not that good at diving in and making space. If you have a Venom with you, it changes the story a little bit. I just played a game where I was running Venom. The other guy was running Hulk, and it was going really well. A lot of good synergy. We're both diving. We're both making a lot of space. But I feel by himself. And keep in mind that a lot of this consideration is based on playing solo tank. Because at low rank, you're going to be playing solo tank a lot. That's why this guy's S tier, because he's so good at it. And this character is god awful at it. He's not good at solo tanking. He can't do much without team coordination, in my opinion. I just don't think he's very good. Magneto's probably, yeah, he's S tier. Magneto is very similar to Doctor Strange. He has 2 shields, though. And he can put one on the players on his team. So I think that's very powerful. If you put him with Scarlet Witch, even better. Then you're just doing tons of damage. He does pretty good damage. I feel like he makes space better than Strange. I feel like Strange is better at stopping people because his shield presence. But this character is better at actually like doing offensive things to people and scaring them. The only time this guy's like that is when he has his ult. So Magneto's like, I play both of these. Magneto's like my offense guy. Like I want to push and I'm solo tanking. Magneto. If I want to defend and I'm solo tanking, I play Strange. Both very good. I would say they're equals. Peni. Okay, this character kind of like Wolverine. She's situational, right? I think she's god awful at solo tanking, by the way. Horrible solo tank, in my opinion. Like, I have not seen a Peni do well as a solo tank. I've tried it. It can do well, but in like the situational times, and I'll explain that in a second. So the solo tank, not very good. As an off tank, actually decent, like probably A tier. Here is when she's actually like really, really good. When they're playing dive, like let's say their team is just these random people doing Black Panther, Spiderman, Iron Fist, and you have your webs down, you have your mines everywhere. A lot of these low ranked players are not aware. They just run into them and die. She's really good at stopping like people from diving. So like they're running. Like here's my one tip for low ranks. Let's say you're fighting Iron Fist and Spider-Man or Black Panther or whatever it may be. Your team is dying a lot. That's when you switch to like Peni and Loki or Mantis and Luna, like a combination of those 3. Very good. Very good at stopping dive. Very good at punishing people for trying to dive. So I'll put Peni around A rank. I think she's good because, and people try to play this comp a lot, by the way. I know I said these 2 aren't that good. People try anyways. And I think Peni shines in those situations. Alright, next we got Venom. My boy, I love Venom. Venom is one of my favorite characters. Here's one of the problems with Venom, though. I know, like, at top level, they say he's actually not that good. I think he's excellent. At this level, he's excellent. Like an S tier character, right? This character is amazing. Pretty good damage, a lot of health and sustain, a lot of control, very good dive character, makes good space. Here's the one problem though. Teams are not that coordinated, and let's say you're playing solo tank. And I feel like in the solo tank position, this character is not that good. What ends up happening is you either make space and people don't use the space that you made, or you try to make space and they just run through your team and kill all of them. Like you dive in, let's say you pick a support, you get them, and you expect your team to come running to help you because you just did something great to make this team fight uneven for them. You turn around, whole team's dead. Like, okay, yo, you Gilby, you have more awareness. You should know your team's dying. Like, okay, man. Sometimes it happens in the matter of mere seconds. Some people do not know what to do when they don't have a shield in front of them. They just run forward and take headshots and die. I know that sounds like I'm being like derogatory or mean to low rank players, but it happens, man. People just want to play offense, and sometimes when they don't have a tank in front of them, they end up just taking damage and dying. So like, he's not as good as Magneto and Strange at these ranks. He's very good if you have one of them with you. Like if he's an off tank, God, he's so good. Automatic S tier. Most of the time I'm looking at this as solo tank potential. So I'm going to put him at the very top of A. And we'll keep him around there, even after I make my adjustments. Alright, Thor. This character is low-key busted. He's pretty hard to kill sometimes. Does a lot of damage. He's very good at bullying other Vanguards. If you have a Storm with you, even better. If you have the Storm Captain America combo, even better. But bottom line, he does a lot of damage. His ult's pretty good. He's very good at making space. A lot of people are scared of him. They see him coming, they back up. I think he's A rank though. While he's really good at making space, when it comes to solo tanking, he's not that good at taking damage. He's pretty high cooldowns for his like defensives. It's mostly an offense character. You have one of these guys, and then you have this guy next to them just bullying people. So kind of like Venom, I'm going to put him around A rank. And then now, lastly, we have Captain America, the good boy. This guy, he's so fun. Running around like a crack addict, just attacking people. The first time I fought a Captain America, I thought this character was broken. He was just running around violating everybody. Like, I thought this character was broken. He did too much damage. He was too fast. It was like fighting a duelist, but with a million health. Now, after playing him more and having more of them on my team, I'm seeing he's not that good. All right, now we have our strategist. Adam Warlock is an A rank character. This character does pretty good damage, pretty good healing. He's not very hard to play, and that ult is insanely good at these levels. A lot of people don't know what to do after they blew all their cooldowns to wipe a team, and then Adam just revives everybody. It can be very, very game-changing, so I think he's automatically A rank. I'm not going to put him in S, but A rank character for sure. Jeff the Shark. I hate this character so much. This is an S rank character. I know a lot of people hate him. It's fun to hate him, but genuinely, this character pisses me off. Dude, call me a scrub, say I'm bad. I know some high level players say he's not that good. I think his healing throughput is very high. I think he's insanely hard to hit, insanely hard to kill. That ult is absurd. I've literally flown up, ran on walls with different characters, dashed, and still get vacuumed into it. They need to adjust the hitbox on it. And yeah, it's a hilarious meme, the ult, but let's like look at the character themselves. He can be very difficult to track. His healing is pretty good. He doesn't have any like crazy crowd control, but he can bubble you to knock you back. He's very good at getting away because of that. I think he's automatically a very good character at these ranks because of the ult. People don't really like see it coming. Also, he can like change the timing of it, it seems. Like, I was anticipating an ult because I heard it. I used a cooldown and like some time passed, so I thought he whiffed or missed or didn't use it, and then the ult came out. So his character can be really hard to deal with. I know he was like, oh, he's a walking headshot. He literally has a passive to lower damage from headshots, man. And then when he sinks underground, impossible. I think he's really good, man. I know if you're better than me, you're plat, you're diamond, you're master rank, you're going to say I'm a scrub. Like, this is for low rank. I'm a low rank player, and this character is difficult. This card is hard to deal with, man. Like, honestly, he's hard to deal with. All right, next, Loki. One of my friends gushes on and on and on about Loki, and I see the value in Loki. I really do. An excellent anti-dive character, but the problem is he's really hard to play. This is not an easy character to play by any means. I think besides my friend, I've seen maybe one person even know how to play this character. They don't know how to use their clones. They don't know that he can teleport. They don't ever use his heal, or they just try to play damage and never use his ult. He can beat every ult in this game. That's why he's so strong, and like the anti-dive capabilities. Now, I'm going to put him at the top of A rank for one specific reason though. When he has a lot of clones, this character is ridiculous. And a lot of people don't do anything about the clones. They think they're like lamps or something. They think they don't do anything. And then I look and there's like 4 or 5 of them out, and this guy's doing max healing and damage. It's actually ridiculous. So he's like somewhere at the very top of A rank, even if he's really hard to play, because people just don't do anything to negate his abilities. All right, Luna Snow, this is an S tier. I'm pretty sure S tier at the top level. The reason she's S tier, that ult. I am putting so much value on the ult because any ult that people use, Psylocke or Magik, she can just say, fuck you, you don't get to use your ult. I'm ulting on top of it, get negated. She has hard CC. She can deal with Iron Fist. Her healing is really easy to do, and she's pretty fast. And like same thing with Mantis. Mantis is like the same character. Her ult's not as good, but her walk speed is insane, by the way. The sleep is really, really good. The damage boost on herself or her teammates, like the self-healing, the fact that she can play so offensive. This is one of the best characters in the game, period. I think at any level. This character is public enemy #1. Like, keep an eye out for Mantis, man. Like, he's going to end up getting nerfed, or you're going to see her in every single event of top play. Rocket Raccoon, sorry dog, but you're not as good as you were in the beta. I remember this character was broken in the beta. It's very fast, slippery, pretty good damage. Healing is brain dead easy to do. Now there's other characters that are also very easy to play heals on, like Jeff. The problem with Rocket is I think his healing is actually not as high as any of these characters. Like, I've never seen them really do crazy numbers. The damage tickles is not much. Like, the really good thing is like the shield, the ultimate, the revive. Those are all really good. I might put him at the bottom of A, actually. No, he's B. I'm sorry. I liked Rocket a lot, but I honestly don't think he's nearly as good as any of these characters at doing anything. He doesn't have any hard CC. His ult's okay, but I feel like people just start LOSing when they hear the ult. Like, they hear the ult, they just hide behind walls. They hear the ult, they just blast it and get rid of it. Other than that, he's just a decent character. Then we got Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is probably S rank, actually. This character is very easy to play, in my opinion. I don't know if they have like a high skill ceiling and it gets harder or something at the top level. I know some people will try to say she's not as good as these two because she doesn't have as game-breaking of an ult as Mantis and Luna. But she still has a really good ult. Still can do very high damage. This character is like MVP every single time at low level. They have like the top kills, top heals, top damage. The ult's actually really good. And this character is really good at negating damage. Like, the barrier that the dagger puts out is really strong. The fact that this guy can cloak his whole team and absorb an ult or just, dodge it, very good. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger's S tier. They have too many tools to not be. I don't know if at like top level it comes down to like things like, exactly how much healing throughput they have, or the fact that they don't have ults like Luna and Mantis. But at low level, I think they're just excellent. Really good pick no matter what. All right, let me try to organize these. I'm going to do this really quick. I don't feel like there's that much of a point in mulling over it too much. I would put these two like at the top. Actually, no, I'll say Moon Knight higher. I'll put him up here. Put these guys up here. I'll put her between them. I do think Strange is better in most situations as a solo tank. I'll put Jeff like around here. I'll put him at the back, actually. He's really good, but he's not more effective in general than all of these characters. He's just very good. He has an insane ult, but people don't always get it quite right, me included. The problem is, though, he has a lot of things that can be whiffed, like things you can miss. You can miss his uppercut, his hook. You can even miss his like blast, and then the character's just not as good after that. So there's a small margin of error. This character basically auto aims for you. Luna Snow, even if you don't use your stun ever, ult's just there. The ult's just good. Jeff is like really gimmicky, but he still does a lot of healing and he's hard to kill. I think for S rank this is fair. Actually, I'll put Strange above him. And I might put Hela above him. Actually, no, because she has to aim and he does not. This character is brain dead easy at this level. So that is my S rank. I feel pretty good about that. Alright, A rank. Honestly, Scarlet Witch is going up pretty high because people don't stop her ult. People don't stop her from just killing people in the back. So Scarlet Witch is up here. Then I'll put Venom, Loki, and I'll put Hawkeye over Thor. I'll put Psylocke over Thor, actually. I'll put Magik right here. I think that's fair. I think all of these characters are better than Groot and Peni, including Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is better than Star-Lord, I would say, just because of the ult. I think that's fair for A rank. And remember, this is like loosely ordered. Like, these three are like the same level of good. It's not that different at all. But if I really have to organize it, this is how I'll do it. Like, yes, Scarlet Witch is much better than Peni. Like, if you took in the top and the bottom, they are quite different. Alright, B rank. I can say that Rocket Raccoon can stay at the top of B rank. Captain America can honestly stay up here too. Wolverine, I'm sorry, but you are going to be at the bottom. I will put Black Panther around there. Spiderman above Squirrel Girl because his ult is so good. Even if people suck at this character, as long as they build ult, that ult is actually insanely good in the backline. This character, worse than Black Panther, I think. Just because Black Panther at least does a lot of damage. Can actually, never mind. People are not going to do any of the things I'm imagining they'll do with this character. They're going to miss the spear. They're going to dash into the team and die. I don't know. I think this is fair. I'll keep Black Widow above him. I will put Storm above Black Panther. Actually, I'm putting Storm above Black Widow just because she has pretty good utility and really good team up with Thor. Namor is better than Hulk at these ranks, for sure. He is absolutely better than Hulk. Is Iron Man the worst character? Is Hulk the worst character? I'm going to say Hulk's the worst character by a small margin. All the reasons that I said, but I also just remember this character dies, turns into this little guy that can do nothing, and ends up stalling out his death timer even more. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but Hulk might be the worst character at these ranks. And we don't have a D tier. No one's that bad. No one's that bad, man. So, yeah, that's my tier list. I know people are going to argue with me. They're going to say I suck. They're going to say I'm wrong. Look, man, this is my experience. This is just what I see at these ranks. I play in these ranks, okay? I'm not God and Master Rank looking down on you. This is just what I see working really well with my peers, okay? And I've played enough of other games to understand that when characters are really hard, sometimes they just suck. Like if you're playing a character that takes a lot of skill and they put them in the hands of someone that doesn't have that skill, the character's useless. A lot of these characters are all or nothing, dude. Like Black Panther's all or nothing. Spider-Man's kind of all or nothing. Wolverine's almost completely nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to insult people. I know some people can play these characters well because that's all they play, but like 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a guy trying the character for the first time. They don't care that it's ranked. They don't care that it's your comp game. They don't care if that's the game you need to get to gold. They're going to try out the character they think is cool. Anyways, guys, let me know what character you think is the best in the game at your level, whether that be high level or low level, or matter of fact, at like bronze to gold. What character do you think is the best pick for those ranks to get you through those ranks? And maybe I'll talk about that more in another video. Anyways, I'm transparent as always, guys. Lots of comments. You can give it a like, you can subscribe, but comments, we want engagement. We want the algorithm to pick this video up. I want my other low level players to have this discussion with me. Like, hey man, we'll get to the higher ranks together later on, I promise you. But right now, let's talk about what characters are destroying your lobbies at the low ranks. Anyways, guys, you can follow me on Blue Sky. You can follow me on Twitter. Either one that you prefer. And Twitter sucks.